Welcome back or to this week's weekly vlog. If you're new, super quick intro, my name is Dawn. I'm a British expat. I'm from Manchester, and for over 20 years I've been living in the Netherlands, just on the border of Amsterdam. And if you're an OG, a returning viewer, welcome back guys. I hope everybody has had a really good week. So you would have seen some footage. Lawrence and I were taking a little drive, and maybe things in the background look a little bit differently because what did we do, Lawrence?
Bought a new car.
We bought a car. So Lawrence is very happy, and so am I.
I'm happy. It's your car, not mine.
Oh, we share the car. But yeah, when I came back from Tanzania, I know I've spoken about what to do with the old Chevrolet, the big family car, and it was on its last legs. And when I got back from Tanzania, the engine light had come on. There's just so many things going wrong. So he said, you know, let's have a think what to do. I wanted to go for an electric car, but Lawrence wasn't keen on the idea. So we've bought a second-hand car as a compromise. I think in 2030 all of the EU has to be, all new cars have to be electric. So we've got a bit of time. We've got a lovely car. It's a Nissan Qashqai. And it's as I said, it's a second-hand one, but it's pinked up. It's got everything on it. It's got heated seats, heated windscreen. We've got this panoramic sunroof. We've got pretty much everything in it, cameras, you name it. It's got all the whistles and bells, so we're super happy. The other tight stipulation is we wanted leather interior, because many of you will know we've got a very wiry white dog, Jack, and we're not precious about our cars. We want to take him with us, we go places, and wiry haired dogs tend to ruin car upholstery. We've learnt that over the years. So yeah, super happy. We have test drove it, obviously. We bought it, did we say it was last weekend we came to look at it? Yeah. So I have test drove it, but I'm leaving Lawrence to figure out all the sort of tweaks and things we need to pay attention to, and then he'll let me know how I should drive it. We're off to Hoofddorp. Yesterday I went to Amstelveen and I bought some really nice trousers from H&M, and they're too big, so I'm going to quickly bob in there and return them. And then not really many plans for the day. We're not going to go sailing. We've got a few things to do at home, chores, and then the only grocery delivery I could get with the Albert Heijn was between 3 and 5. So I think we're just going to chill out for the rest of the day. This evening we're going out for dinner with Natalie and Ray. We're going to a Japanese for sushi, but not our regular one. Lawrence has found something to beep at us. Right, I'll catch you at some point, if not later this evening, and we'll see what the Japanese is like. Bye for now. We're experiencing a crazy heat wave here. I think a lot of places in Europe are having the same. Well, firstly, where did I leave off? I was in the car. We just picked the new car up. So Friday night we went to, we went out for Japanese with Ray and Natalie, which was really nice. And we went to one in Amstelveen. It's called Kokotai. We've ate there years ago, but Notting Ray hadn't ate there before. And the reason I decided to go there was they do have a terrace. Anyway, I didn't film any of it, just as we were leaving, so you could see the terrace that we sat on, which is by like an artificial lake with all lily pads and stuff. And it was actually really nice to sit outside. We were in the shade because it was so hot. So yeah, we had a lovely dinner. And then Sunday, Lawrence played hockey in this heat. Must be crazy. And I just stayed home, got loads of laundry done, all the washing dry. That's the bonus of this kind of weather. And then in the afternoon, Linda and Ronald came and we had a barbecue. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm chopping barbecue meat because there's loads left over. And we ate a lot. I mean, we were all complaining about how full we were. So I think Lawrence took some for lunch today for work. And I'm chopping some up now for my lunch. I'm just going to make like a chicken and mayonnaise sandwich. And then we'll probably eat leftovers tonight as well because there's loads. And I think you might have seen some footage. Oh, Jack's just got a look. He's just scored a sausage. Was that nice? Anyway, not to worry. We had like these barbecue hot dog sausages from the Albertheim. They did them last summer and they were delicious. So when I saw them, I grabbed some for the barbecue, and Linda and Ronald hadn't had them before, and we ate loads of it. Anyway, that was Lucky Jack. I did chop half of it up. Anyway, you would have seen some footage. Lawrence loves to feed the wildlife. If you've been around for a while, you'll know that he takes a great interest in our local hedgehog community. And he also likes to feed the birds. He spends a fortune on bird food. But we normally have like a bird hanger in the apple tree in the front garden. But it's full of, I don't know, like little caterpillar kind of things. So he went to the garden centre on, I don't know what day, and bought some spray for it. So he had to move the bird feeder. Anyway, he's bought a new one. We've got it hanging in the window just next to me. And when he hung it up, there was no interest in it. And oh my gosh, now the birds are flocking. So we've seen there's a pigeon that likes to come visit. And then the crows, they come and sort of hoover up what's scattered on the floor. But we've had like little, like blue tits, green tits, finches, sparrows. We had all kinds of little birds come to the window. The only thing is he lowered it because we couldn't see them from the lounge. But I don't know how it happened. One of them, or two of them, actually came in the kitchen. The door was open. They didn't fly in. I think there was a bit of a skirmish going on the ground. And then two of them ended up on the kitchen floor. And I said, oh, we need to watch that. Because if Jack or Daxter get wind of that, it's game over. Those little birdies have ate their last seed. I'm just going to grab some bread. Hold on. Well, as you gathered, I'm on my lunch break, obviously. And I'm working from home, obviously. Yeah, so it's really nice seeing them. And then the bird feeder from the apple tree, he's put that against the fence. But I think we need to fill them all again. They're the big bird feeder, the new one, was half full, and now it's like 2/3 gone. And the one on that is hung on the fence was full, and that's empty. Oh, I forgot something. So anyway, Linda and Ronald come about 4ish, I think it was, and then they didn't stay really late. I think it was about 8 they left. But, oh my gosh, we were sat in the garden. We had the parasol up, and we were just melting. We just couldn't get cool. Last night I put the we've got like a couple of portable mobile air conditioning units. I put the one on in our bedroom, but it didn't really do much. It wasn't that effective. And it was quite noisy, so I turned it off in the end. I just had like the oscillating fan on me, and I'd had a horrible night's sleep. I I was saturated. I was so sweaty. It was awful. Lawrence said he slept all right. But yeah, I mean, even though he's lived in Europe probably longer than he has in South Africa, he's still like born into that kind of climate. So he's used to it. But for me, oof. Anyway, I'm not complaining. I'm glad it's sunny. It's lovely. It lifts the spirits. And because I'm mixing my thing, that's why my brain's not working. Lifts the spirits. Because it's going to be nice all week. It is going to get a bit cooler because over the weekend it was in the 30s. So it's going to be in the mid to high 20s. So I checked my agenda and I've taken Wednesday off. I thought, you know, why not? So I don't know if I will do something. I've just messaged Alison because I think she's free on Wednesdays if she fancies going to the beach for the day. But I'll hear from her. She's probably busy. She's always got a, you know, when you have like a midweek short or free day, you tend to fill it up with appointments and stuff. I washed my hair this morning and it's like I'm sweating. I might even tie it back. Anyway, enough moaning. Right, I've made a couple of healthy size sandwiches. Jack's feeling very happy with himself. He's sat here next to me licking his lips. And that's all the barbecue meat. I told you there was a lot. So I'm going to pop that in the fridge. Kettle's just boiled, so I'm going to actually have a hot drink because I don't know if this is true, but apparently when you're hot, if you have a hot drink, it cools you down. I don't know if that's an old wives' tale, but anyway, I'm having a coffee. And I'm just going to chill out for a while. I'm not sitting in the garden. It's way too hot. So I've got the fan on in the lounge and the front of the house is in shade until about 2 or 3 o'clock. So it's definitely cooler on that side of the house. And then my office will be like an oven. So I might even drag the air conditioning unit into the very messy craft room because, my gosh, it's going to be roasting. Right. I'll catch you either later. I don't think anything exciting will happen, and if not, maybe a car chat. I need to figure out where to put the camera mount in the car. Anyway, I'll see you in a while. Good morning. I'm driving the car for the first time today. Still not figured out all these buttons. Lawrence is working from home. Or is he? He said he had to go into the office. So just give me a quick rundown. The thing I forgot to ask him was, how do I lower the seat? Because I feel like I'm sat really high up. But for the rest, it's fine. I've driven that many hire cars and lease cars and whatever over the years. So you just, yeah, you have to wait. I've got right of way. You just have to figure things out as you go, don't you? I've noticed that can you see me? The clearance on the Chevrolet was a lot higher, so I could just fly over the speed bumps. But yeah, now I have to slow down, which is a good thing. I don't know, something about the profile on the tyres as well. I don't get these things. Is anybody like a petrol head out there? I'm not. I just know I need to be comfortable and feel safe, and if my car is 20 years old or 1 month old, I really don't care. And also labels, you know, I'm not really into flashy cars. Oh, I think there's either going to be a festival or there is some festival happen over there. There's all like little white teepees. I'm driving through Amsterdam to Boss, which, as you know, is my favourite route to work. I don't always drive through the Boss, but on a nice day like this, it's nice. But they hold a lot of concerts in there now. This seems to be a new thing in the last 5 or 6 years. Like festivals, not concerts, festivals. You know, they have like different DJ lineups. They've changed the road layout here. What are they doing? There's a man in high vis directing people. Anyway, I haven't really got anything else to tell you since I spoke to you yesterday. However, the bird feeder was in a meeting at home online, and Joshua come in, mum, and I just ignored him because I was actually on a client call. So, oh, there's chickens in the road. You've seen them. thought they were going to get squashed then. So anyway, I wrapped up my call and I went down and said, what's wrong? And he said, there was a pigeon in the kitchen. And it's that bird feeder. Oh, there's blowout here. Well, that Lawrence has hung up. That's twice now. It's probably even the same pigeon. But Daxter has been staked out on the picnic table watching these birds. And literally, it will be a split second. And if one of them hits the ground, he'll have it. I mean, he's an old boy now, Dax. But... And also, Jack. I mean, he's a terrier. It's in them, you know. Joshua is now insisting that we move the bird feeder to the end of the garden. We said, well, that's not the point of it. The whole point of the bird feeder was that we could enjoy watching the birds. God, talk about a palaver over a bloody bird feeder. But I said, what did you do with the bird then? You wasn't scared of it, was you? And he started laughing. And he said, well, I hit it with something. I said, you didn't. Did you hurt it? He said, no, soft. I was shooing it. So I said, okay, if it happens again, you just grab a tea towel off the side, throw it over it and gently pick it up, and then, you know, go outside and it'll be fine. What a drama. Anyway, Namely and Raymond came over last night. They were walking their dog, and I know it's confusing because I've got friends who are Natalie and Raymond, we call him Ray, and then I've got Namely and Raymond, who we don't call Ray often. So anyway, Namely came over. She was helping Joshua sign a form for him. So and they were walking the dogs. I said, come in. So we sat in the back garden for an hour. It was lovely. And it was still in sun, the garden, but it was like not as hot. So that was quite nice. And then what I did last night, or Lawrence did last night, an hour before I went to bed, he put the air conditioning unit on in our bedroom. Oh, what a difference. Although it was way too high and I turned it off. I don't know, it must have been early hours of the morning. And then I woke up again roasting, I think about 5:30. So I turned it back on again. So I think if I can just get the right temperature, I'm only going to use it in like extreme heat. And yeah, 30 degrees every day is extreme heat in my books. But when I left, when I got out the bedroom left the bedroom this morning, it was like a wall of heat just hit me. So it's clearly doing its trick. Although, yeah, because it was like too cold, I didn't sleep well with it. So anyway, it's all about learning. And then the other thing, I know a lot of you don't watch it, but this is my guilty pleasure. I have several of them, as you know. I watched Love Island last night. And they were saying in the press that it was the most boring one yet. Well, it's hotting up now. It has been really boring. But they brought into, if you watch it, you'll know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, you'll just fast forward. But they brought in 2 new bombshells last night. And they've shook things up a bit. Because there's one of the girls who was like, been the favourite from the get-go. And she's got a little bit too big for her boots. She's getting a lot of attention from the boys. And I think this is going to definitely put the cat amongst the pigeons. So I think Love Island's on every night, except the weekends. So yeah, that's our guilty pleasure. And also Married at First Sight. We've got quite a few actually. Though we don't watch a lot of TV. We'll usually have like one show that we'll watch religiously, and then Lawrence is mainly watching sport. And I've not even watched YouTube properly for ages. I don't know what's wrong with me. I think I'm having like a little sort of dip, you know, after the last year and a half. Everything's sort of coming to an end, you know, the project, and although there's still loads to do in it, you know, that sort of the deadlines and the oh, that's good, there's 2 young girls running in the street. That's so dangerous. Silly girls. There's no bikes or people allowed on this road because it's dangerous. Yeah, so I think I'm just, it's what like an anticlimax. So my crafting has took a backseat. My enthusiasm for all the things I love to do is just dwindled. So I'm trying not to put any pressure on myself, feeling like I should be doing this, or I should be watching that, or I should be making this. I did a bit of hand sewing over the weekend though. I ordered some lovely shorts online. They're like chambray ones, but they're a bit too long. So I hand stitched a turn up on them. So that's quite nice, but it didn't give me the urge to hand stitch anything else. Anyway, I'm all waffled out now, so I'm approaching the motorway in a minute, so I better concentrate, and then trying to park this. It's going to be fun. Hello, I hope you can hear me. I've got the air conditioning on. It's roasting hot. What is it? It's 29 degrees outside. I'm just on my lunch break and sit down a little bit. That better. And I need to pop into the village because I tried to post like a registered mail yesterday, but apparently in my local shops he doesn't do it. I'm sure I've sent it there before. Well, I think his wife handled it for me. It's fine. Which way should I go? Sorry, I'm thinking which is the best route to go. Take a right. Yeah, so I need to get a letter posted, but he said, well, you have to do it in the post office in the village. And I didn't have time yesterday. I think you would have seen some footage, a little bit. Alison and I went to the beach yesterday. Oh my gosh, it was divine. She was working. Normally she's free on a Wednesday, and I'd taken a day off just because I'm tired and I'm owed quite a lot of time from work. So I said to her, well, you know, I've took a day off. I've not made plans, but if you're around, how'd you fancy the beach? Anyway, as luck would have it, she was working in the morning. So she said, well, I'll still come straight over and we'll head out at lunchtime. So we did. Then we got to the beach about 1:30. I thought leaving at that time of the day. So the schools, the primary schools in the Netherlands or in our province, they usually finish for the day around 12ish. And speaking from experience, you know, when my kids were small, on days like this, we'd always pack the kids up in the car and go off somewhere, or on the bikes, or so I said, oh, we might run into trouble with the traffic because, you know, all the school mummies would be en route to the beach, which also would mean that the parking would be a bit limited. Gosh, watch my speed on here. And anyway, there was no traffic, and there was parking aplenty. So I think we got there about 1:30, and then we left about 4, and we just where we went, Zandvoort, and also at quite a lot of the beaches in the Netherlands, especially like the busy ones, you can hire sun loungers and parasols and side tables, whatever. So we went to the same stretch of beach that we always go to. We go about, I don't know, 2 or 3 times a year in the summer, the two of us, maybe with a few other ladies. And so I popped out in the morning, bought some nice lunch for us, and Alison came. She had a parasol with us, so we just got there, a couple of sun loungers, didn't even dip our toe in the sea, but I think it would have been cold. But it was quite windy at the top where the parking is, but when we got down to the beach, it was still windy, but like a warm wind. Oh, it was so nice. So yeah, we had a lovely afternoon, and then I got home, I was a bit tired, and we still had some meat that we bought for the barbecue the weekend that we hadn't cooked. So Lawrence got home from work and he said, well, I'll fire up the coals, and so we had Lawrence and Joshua, William was working, we had a little mini impromptu barbecue. We didn't sit outside though, we just sat indoors. I had a little bit too much sun yesterday. Actually, I've put a t-shirt on today to cover my chest. I'm not burnt, but it's a bit red. But yeah, it's still, this heat wave's holding out. I hope this doesn't mean that, you know, by July it's fizzled off out and the rest of the year's rubbish weather, because I'm sure that was the case. Was it last summer or the summer before? Anyway, I'm not complaining now. It is very hot, but you know, I'd rather it was like this. Apparently some places in the UK, they've also, or you if you're in the UK, have also got a heat wave at the moment, but you've had like rain, like thunderstorms and rain. We've not had a drop here. Oh, that reminds me, I need to water my strawberries. The rest of the plants in the garden are doing really well, but I've not been watering them. I've just left them to their own devices. But the strawberries, if I don't water them daily, they just go really limp, and it's a shame because there's a lot of flowers, like little budding strawberries on there, and I don't know, we'll see. I don't get that many strawberries off, it's only a little plant. The fig tree I planted is thriving, and I planted an olive tree a couple of years ago, was it, in a pot, and again I've just left it to its own devices, and it's absolutely packed with little olive buds. I mean, it has had olives on it before, but we won't be able to eat them. They'll be like really, really hard, you know, bitter ones. But I mean, still, they look nice. I was quite pleased with that. I've been giving it a little drop of water. Which way are these people going? Okay. You know, just to make sure it's okay. So yeah, no veg cam this year, but the garden's looking green. However, if it carries on like this, I will have to think about giving everything a really good water. Anyway, waffle. Yeah, so anyway, I'm popping to the shops. It seems pretty quiet here. I mean, Thursday, a lot of people, all the kids are in school, a lot of people are working, so technically it should be pretty quiet here, so I can just do a quick pop in, pop out. I could do picking up some bread as well. I might quickly whip into the supermarket. And Lawrence is working from home. No plans for this evening at all. And then tomorrow's my free day. Not got any plans. First Friday in a long time. But Lawrence is going out in the evening with friends, I think, or some colleagues, I don't know. So I'll be on my own tomorrow night. I might go and see a friend, we'll see. I don't know, I'm happy potting around the house on my own. The crafting, still on a bit of a dry spell. I've done a little, just the tiniest amount. I'm tired. I'm not sleeping well. We've had the little air conditioning unit on in our bedroom, but we've not quite mastered the duration and the temperature yet. So I'm still not sleeping great. Right, car parks. Bags of space. So I'm gonna park at my leisure. Oh, I forgot a blue disc here. Oh no, I think I've not got a... Oh no, bugger. So in the Netherlands, you usually get like a few hours parking. Oh, I've got one. If you display a blue parking disc. Oh, I have. I thought I'd put it in the car. I'll show you what I mean. Looks like a disabled badge, but it's not. If you go to any public parking space and there's blue lines on the ground, you just put the time at what you parked at, and then most of them have got like between 1 and 3 hours. What time is it? 12. Okay. Right, and you just put it on your dashboard, and then the parking attendants can see if you're still within the time frame. They do issue fines here. Anyway, all is well. Right. Off I go, get this letter posted, and then I can quickly get home and have a bite to eat, hopefully. I'll see you in a while. don't know if it's too windy. I've got the camera quite close to you. Not too close. I'm sat in the garden. I think you would have seen some footage. When I finished work, Lawrence said, should we pop to the garden centre and buy more bird food? I tell you, he's obsessed with that bird feeder. So we popped in, and it was nice and cool, and it was empty. So we had a quick mooch around. Oh, here we go. The planes are going to come over. If it wasn't for the planes, you can hear all the birds' song. It'd be lovely in this garden. Anyway. And then I got back, put the parasol up, and I lay on the sofa here, and next minute my phone must have fallen down my side, and I felt like this buzzing. It was Alison. She'd at me, and I'd fallen asleep, and we went to our dance class last night. So there was 5 of us last night. It was really good fun, but my gosh, she threw us straight in. There was no warm-up or anything. It was straight into a full-on dance routine. It was hilarious. It was like, I was going left, everyone's going right. I was going right, everyone's going left. And me and Alison were like bumping into each other. It was quite funny. But we got it. It's only a half-hour lesson, but my gosh, we were knackered at the end of it. Anyway, I got home, watched the Guilty Pleasure, Love Island, and then went to bed. It seems to be a little bit cooler here today, and I checked the forecast. Maybe we've got rain next week. Lawrence got his dates mixed up. He's not going out tonight. We were going to try and go out for dinner, but everywhere local with an outside terrace to sit on is either it's booked, you know, you can't, there's nothing between 6 and 8 p.m, and it's like, well, that's too early or that's too late to eat. So I don't know what we're going to do. He said he still wants to go out, but I'm not fussed, to be honest with you. So anyway, I've come to sit in the garden for a little bit. I'm going to do a bit of knitting. Oh, the other thing as well, so to try and motivate myself again, I saw Stephen West has got a surprise mystery sock-along going on. What was it called? The Contrast Blast, I think. It starts the 1st of July. You get like 4 clues, so for the month of July. So I thought, do you know what? I think, is it Alex is knitting a lot of Stephen West socks at the moment. And the thing what puts me off with Stephen West is his shawls are amazing, but they're massive. And I know I would never use one if I did knit one. They're just so big. But I thought, you know, I fancy having to go at some of his socks. So we'll see. So if you're interested in that, if you like sock knitting and you fancy having a go at a Stephen West pattern, head on over to the Stephen and Penelope website, or Ravelry, and you can already register for it. I think it was about €7 or something it was. So, and you get all tutorials, videos and everything. So yeah, we'll see. Anyway, right, I'll show you. I'm trying to finish this dishcloth. Who knew a dishcloth would take so long? I'm really enjoying it, but yeah, I think also it's quite thick. It's like DK cotton, and I'm struggling with it. It hurts my shoulder a bit. Anyway, I'm going to sit in the sun for a little while, and then when it gets too hot, I'll put the parasol up, and yeah, just spend a nice afternoon in the garden. Although I have got a mountain of laundry to be doing. Mañana. Okay, it's much later in the day. Lawrence has just popped out to meet his friend for a coffee. And Josh has come home and is now leaving again. William's out. So, I hope you can hear me with this wind. My gosh, the garden's full of birds, like. And they're getting quite brave. Anyway, Lawrence really wanted to go out for dinner tonight. So, did I mention before I'd looked at local restaurants with a terrace and everything's booked? And I felt really bad because I said, oh, I don't feel like going out. I was being a bit of a Debbie Downer. It's just that I'm hot. So anyway, I'll have a look. And then we toyed with the idea of going back to Zandvoort, where Alison and I went on Wednesday. There's a massive beach there. It's like really, really long. And there's loads of really nice beach cafes on the sand. So we could have got a table at a few of them, and Lawrence said, yeah, okay, we could do that. I thought, you know, Friday afternoon, the traffic will be bad. The parking probably will be an issue, not like Wednesday afternoon. And I thought, I don't know. So anyway, I said, well, why don't we go to the local Japanese restaurant? There's no terrace there, but they'll have all the doors open. And it's just nice. We always have nice food there. So I asked both the boys, and they both said, yeah, they'll join us, which never happens. So Lawrence has called, booked a table. So I think our table's at 7. So that's what we're doing this evening. That'll be nice. And we're always guaranteed good food there. So, and I'm just happy the boys are joining us. So that's what the plan is. Anyway, so I think at this point, I'm going to wrap up the vlog. Tomorrow, so again, Lawrence got mixed up with his dates. He's free tomorrow. The only grocery delivery slot I could get was between 8 and 10 tomorrow night. Anyway, that's fine. So we've decided, hurrah, finally, we're going to go out on the boat. Not all day, I think in the afternoon. So hopefully next week's vlog there'll be some footage of that. It's going to be a lovely day again. Even if there's a bit of wind, it's fine. As long as when it's too windy, we won't go out. But I think this kind of wind it's ideal for sailing in. So yeah, hopefully there'll be some footage of that. So I'm going to sit here and carry on. I'm almost done with the last round of my knitting, and then I can finish it off. And then that's my this month's year of dishcloth finished. Oh gosh, I normally finish this in a couple of evenings. It's a nice pattern. I just don't know. It's me. I think it's too hot. So anyway, if it is your first time stopping by the channel, I hope you've enjoyed spending some of your time with me in this week's vlog. And if you're one of the OGs, a returning viewer, thanks so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed a bit of chit chat and some waffle with me. Let me know what you're up to. Some of you are busy making roast dinners, or you're sat in bed having a cuppa with me, or you've got me waffling in the background while you do some boring housework, chores like cleaning and so forth. And if you've been sat in the garden doing a spot of crafting, knitting, crochet, whatever it is, I hope you've been working on something nice. I'm hoping my motivation on the crafty front is going to return, because I really need to film a podcast, but I haven't got much to show you. But I do need to do the draw for the giveaway that I announced. Anyway, all good things. Right, I'm going to sign off here. Take care. Hope you've all had a good week. Stay safe. Have a good week ahead, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.